This is how we think. This is what we talk about. This is what we drive for. And these are the keys that are going to allow anyone in the room who wants to build an agency, if you've got the heart, if you've got the drive, if you've got the willingness to do the work, this is the information that is going to take you to the level that you want to go to, because this is the vehicle. All you have to do is figure out where you want to go and how fast you want to get there.
See, my hope for you all today is that you put aside the fear. You put aside any doubt that you have in your mind. You put aside any disbelief. I want you to replace those feelings with hope of what's possible. I want you to replace those feelings with vision for your future. I want you to replace those feelings with belief in yourself. So what I want you to do, just for a second, just imagine coming out of this event and just making a decision to change your lifestyle. And what I want you to do on the count of 3 is I want you to make some noise for yourself, what your friends and your family are gonna be like when they have you come up on the stage. So on the count of 3, let's get it. Ready? 1, 2, 3, let's get it.
Right. And the people who I'm about to talk about are the people who have decided to run it based on vision and values and not build a business as a response to conditions and things that are going on right now.
We were so, what is it that OG Mandino says in one of his scrolls? He says, I'll be too busy to be afraid or worried that I won't succeed. Like I'll be too busy to worry about whether or not I'm happy, because the happiness will come because I'll be doing the work. And like, this is a special time for these people to accomplish, because you're wearing all the hats, you're doing all the stuff.
And a lot of us are stuck in that place that Viktor Frankl talks about in Man's Search for Meaning, where we're asking life, what's the purpose of you? And what we don't realize is happening is that life is asking us back, what's the purpose of you? And our actions and our lives are our answers.
That was what I was looking for. And I say it's better to be a warrior in a garden than a gardener in a war.
Whoa.
So I would say building early would actually get you further than you going by yourself. Because when you look back, your team is there with you. And there's not like a better feeling than having your team together going to the next level.
Bottom's a fun place to be. It's where you learn. It's where you grow. It's where you get uncomfortable. So I was a soccer player, played soccer in college and high school. And so every time you go from junior high to high school to college, you may be the captain, but you get to start over as a freshman. You have to come in and prove yourself. I don't care if you were recruited. I don't care if you were supposed to go play baseball. Like, I don't care what your story is. You have to start from the bottom to feel the worth that it takes to get to the top.
I'm 55. This is a young man that's the same age as my oldest son. So what I had to do is I had to humble myself. And I had to come off of where I was, and I had to become coachable. And I started listening to Devin. And if he tells me right now, somebody said it last night, I think Penso said it, jump, how high? What do you want me to touch, kiss when I'm up there? That's what I'm gonna do, because he started where everybody in this room and up here started, and that was with one phone call. I came here completely broken, and I grew a lot, but I had a master's degree in organizational leadership. I'm not saying that to impress you. I've gotten like 5 degrees from this place in 12 months.
It's not, that's the beauty of this business, is it's not do as I say, it's do as I did or do as I'm currently doing.
Everybody in the room, has everybody learned throughout life that the right thing and the hard thing are usually the same thing? Yeah? Yeah. So the right thing and the hard thing is recording yourself. Have fun with that. So I got the nerves up and I did it, and I recorded myself booking appointments, and I recorded myself running appointments. And I listened to those myself. I listened to them several times, and ultimately, I once again concluded, I don't see a problem here. Truth is, people run from what they're afraid of twice as fast as they run towards what they want.
I'm done doing the easy thing. I want to start doing the hard thing, because I know what I'm capable of, and I'm tired and sick and tired of being paralyzed by fear and anxiety. and putting myself out there and learning for the first time in my life, legitimately, other than my wife, what it means to have a legitimate, real, ongoing, healthy relationship with someone. All right, that's it.
And what I look at, I plug in for two reasons. Number one, sometimes you hear that comment and it unlocks you, that one thing. But you know what happens the other 90% of the time? It's like your cell phone and you look at it halfway through the day and it's like half charged. And you're like, shit, if I don't plug in, I'm not gonna make it through the day. I gotta plug in to recharge. And so sometimes it isn't that there is this great Jordan Hunt-esque sermon on a Monday or Friday. It's that I get reaffirmed on the reasons I came here, and I hear somebody say what we've been told a bunch of times. It's a reminder to do it and that it works. That's it.
Your lack of success, you not being a success, is not a sacrifice that the world is asking of you. You are not placating some nefarious entity by not being your best. It serves nobody. The only thing that is being asked of you from the world is to sacrifice who you are for who you were meant to be. Because people's future selves need you right now, and they don't need you perfect, they just need you progressing.
The system is a beautiful thing. We are to leverage the system. There's a difference in leveraging the system and abusing the system though, right? The system is to teach them what to do. It's our job to teach them how to think. For every minute that I'm teaching them, telling them what to do, I'm gonna be spending 9 minutes teaching them how to think, right? Understand it. Why does somebody give you that objection to begin with? Because if they can understand why, they'll figure out the how on their own, right? I don't need a mini me saying exact verbiage that I say, right? You do that at the beginning, but you gotta get good at teaching people how to think.
There are a lot of us out there that just, I personally am one of those. When I'm working with a client, I don't want to handle objections. I'm not good at handling objections. I just want to avoid them altogether. That's great when you're selling a product or you're dealing with a client. That's not so good when you're dealing with an agent. And I've had to learn to separate that.
To license the first app?
Yeah, what does that look like to set that up, to get that help when you probably didn't know much at first, right?
Didn't know much at all, man.
So what did that action? Yeah, what did that action look like?
It looked like sending him the same video that I watched and getting him on the phone with Brian Delaney.
I mean, your values aren't your values if they're only your values when things are going great.
The other pitfall that we have is we can forego developing someone, and instead we take the easy route and we work around them, right? Like, hey, Ian, instead of developing you and how to work with Derek Maddox, I'm just gonna cut you out and I'm just gonna work directly with Derek. It's faster that way, but it's only faster one time.
You don't have to believe that you can get to the top, but you do have to believe in your ability to take one more step from where you are. That's what I love about this business. I love answering the question, who's next, with a name. That's what I love. I love that. And I love watching people get their mindset right. I love to watch people move from blame to ownership. I love people just believing enough in the next step and the next person above them to say, if they can, I can. I love that. It's crazy. It's crazy that you would ever measure the quality of an opportunity from the starting line.
You know, what's the difference between hot water and boiling water? It's 1 degree, right? 211 degree temperature water is just hot, but it boils when it hits 212. And
amongst those doubts, he doubted and he worked and he built something that he could believe in and others could too. And I just want to encourage you to do that. I just want to encourage you to do that with the memory of Jimmy in mind, with the legacy that he left, with the memory of Jason Hayes in mind, with the legacy that he left, with the memory of Matt Smith in mind, with the legacy he left. Because I've had other legacies this year and I've seen it when it's not working. And that gets me even more fired up about this opportunity here to know that we can be the people that we can count on, and others too. We can be the type of people that we trust and other people can trust us too. And I really want to thank you for being somebody I can trust.